America, the land of the free, the beacon of democracy. But what if those ideals are crumbling right before our eyes? What if the greatest threat to American democracy isn't some foreign power, but a homegrown danger? From silencing dissent to questioning democracy, Donald Trump may be taking America down a path we've seen before in history. And it doesn't end well. Buckle up, because tonight, we're diving into the unsettling parallels between Donald Trump's America and the rise of authoritarian regimes throughout history. Authoritarian leaders don't just materialize out of thin air. They chip away at democratic norms bit by bit like a termite infestation. And Donald Trump? Well, he's been quite the busy little termite. From the moment he slithered down that escalator, Trump has displayed a blatant disregard for the principles that underpin American democracy. Elections are the heart of democracy. They let people choose their leaders and keep them in check. For Trump, winning was just the start of complaints about a rigged system. His time in office was filled with efforts to make people doubt the election process. From the beginning, Trump made false claims of voter fraud, questioning the core of American democracy. He said millions of illegal votes were cast, but there was no real proof. He even claimed he won the election by a lot, despite clear evidence he didn't. Courts, election officials, and even his own party debunked his claims. The peak of this was the January 6th insurrection. This violent attempt to overturn the election was a result of Trump's lies and heated words. This wasn't just a group of confused tourists. It was a serious attack on the Capitol, driven by Trump's words. That day showed how fragile democracy is and the risks of undermining trust in elections. Any dictator worth their salt knows that controlling the narrative is crucial. And what better way to do that than to discredit and demonize the media? Enter Donald J. Trump, a man who has elevated the art of the Twitter tantrum to an Olympic sport. Trump's weapon of choice? Those three little words: enemy of the people. This isn't just about Trump's fragile ego or his aversion to criticism. This is a calculated strategy to undermine public trust in legitimate news sources, paving the way for a more pliable state-run media. Now, if you're going full-blown dictator, you're going to need a loyal band of yes-men and women. And boy, does Trump know how to cultivate a cabinet of sycophants? It's about demanding unwavering loyalty, even in the face of blatant wrongdoing. Remember when Trump pressured Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to do us a favor and dig up dirt on his political rival? Classic strongman move. And when those around him dared to question his actions or resign in protest, they were promptly branded as disloyal human scum or beleaguered. The dictator's playbook. Now, some of you might be thinking, isn't this a bit dramatic, comparing Trump to dictators? Open a history book. The playbook for dismantling a democracy has been written and rewritten throughout history, and the similarities are chilling. Adolf Hitler rose to power by exploiting economic anxieties, scapegoating minorities, and dismantling democratic institutions. Benito Mussolini silenced dissent, attacked the free press, and eroded democratic norms under the guise of restoring national pride. It's almost as if these aspiring dictators all went to the same school of, well, dictatorship. Could it happen here? It's a question that seems almost unthinkable, yet it's one we must confront. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This is America. It can't happen here. We're exceptional. We're the land of the free, the home of the brave. And to that I say, oh, bless your little heart. Because the truth is, every country that has succumbed to authoritarianism thought they were immune. They believed their institutions were too strong, their people too wise. But history tells a different story. Because the truth is, every country that has succumbed to authoritarianism thought they were immune. The warning signs are flashing, folks. They're not subtle, they're glaring. We've got a president who openly admires dictators, who praises their strength and envies their control. A political party more interested in consolidating power than upholding democratic principles, willing to bend the rules to stay in control. And a populace increasingly divided and disillusioned, losing faith in the very system meant to protect them. And let's not forget the very real possibility that Trump could run again in 2024. The stakes have never been higher. The cost of complacency. The future of American democracy hangs in the balance. We've seen what happens when good people do nothing. The erosion of democracy is a gradual process, a slow creep towards authoritarianism that often goes unnoticed until it's too late. It starts with the silencing of dissent, the erosion of trust in institutions, and the normalization of extremist views. So what can we do? We can reject the politics of fear and division, hold our elected officials accountable, and support organizations fighting to protect our democracy. The choice is ours. In this pivotal moment, we stand at a crossroads where our decisions will shape the future of our nation. The road ahead won't be easy. It's filled with obstacles and challenges that will test our resolve and commitment to the principles we hold dear. But the fate of our democracy isn't up to one man. It's up to all of us. Each vote, each voice, and each action contributes to the collective strength of our democratic system. It's up to us to stay informed, to call out bullshit when we see it, and to vote like our democracy depends on it. Because, well, it does. We must be vigilant, discerning, and proactive in our pursuit of truth and justice. So what do you think? Your opinion matters, and your engagement is crucial in this ongoing dialogue about our nation's future. Is Trump leading us toward dictatorship, or is this just fear taking over? These are the questions we must grapple with as we navigate these turbulent times. Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more hard-hitting truths. Your participation helps us continue this important conversation. Stay informed, ask questions, and act before it's too late. Together, we can make a difference and ensure that our democracy remains strong and resilient.